Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers, sisters, friends, viewers of Iqra TV. Welcome to another edition of Real Talk. I'm your host Iqbal Bana. As I keep saying every week, I come into your homes, invading your privacy. But hopefully, when I do that, I try and bring people of expertise in various different fields to try and bring issues that are affecting our community on a day-to-day basis. They affect them on a day-to-day lives, either in this country, in their personal lives, or in other matters that they're going through. So every week, we try and bring people to you who have some knowledge and experience, and particularly expertise, and who can give some guidance and advice to us on several issues. Over the last few weeks, obviously, as you're aware, we've been talking about the biggest crisis that the people of Palestine and Gaza have been going through over the last 4 weeks and since the 7th of October. And this is something that has touched everyone's heart, regardless of whether you're a Muslim or not. There are many, many people out there, as we witnessed last Saturday. We saw one of the biggest ever marches take place, asking for peace and ceasefire in Gaza. Yet our government is totally ignoring the views of the ordinary working people, the ordinary people of the country here. And we've seen demonstrations across the world as well, in America, in Canada, in the USA, as they say. Young people are taking up the cudgel and trying to make sure that politicians listen. In fact, we have seen videos of young people disrupting some of the Senate proceedings which are taking place over there. In this country, we've seen a huge rise of awareness in our young people about the politics and how politics in this country is determined. So today I have two very eminent guests, one of whom I do not need to introduce. He has been on my program on many, many occasions because I have valued his judgment, his advice, his guidance for over 30 years on issues around politics and social justice and equality. He has been a fervent campaigner of equality and social justice for all communities, not just one community or particular community, but for all communities. And as I'm sure, as soon as my camera touches his face or focuses on his face, you will know who it is. He's none other than Ishtiaq Ahmed, a campaigner, as I say, former Chief Executive of the Council of Mosque, Chief Executive of the Khizmat Centre in Bradford. And as I've mentioned this to you many times, the Bradford Council of Mosque is one of those institutions that I have a high regard for. And he was one of the pillars of setting that organization up and making it one of the most sharpest, most focused organizations in this country. Ishtiaq Sahab, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for giving me your valuable time and joining me today. You have been very actively involved in politics over many, many years. And I know over the last few weeks you have been very, very sort of forward in trying to get our community to try and refocus itself, particularly politically, on this issue about Palestine and Gaza. I mean, when you first saw what was happening, and we have condemned the attack on the 7th. Islam does not allow any innocent people to be killed, at all. Only in battle, as a last resort, taking the life of somebody is sanctioned. But other than that, unless your life is threatened, you are not allowed to take anybody else's life, regardless of whether a soldier or whether innocent victims. So let me make that clear. But obviously, when you first saw this, what were your first thoughts that came to your mind?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I sit here by Iqbal with yourself in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Gaza and in Palestine. My heart is actually bleeding because what we are seeing there daily unfolding of genocide, extermination, indiscriminate extermination of men, women and children. Absolutely there's no excuse for what is happening there now, and there is no excuse for the world powers to be actually.
We're going to come back to that. Unfortunately, what happens is we have to go for a break straight after starting. Very powerful words, and we're going to come back to those because genocide, indiscriminate, attacking, ethnic cleansing, extinction is something that we need to talk about. Don't go away. We'll come back soon, and then we'll have a nice long discussion debate about some of these issues that Ishtaq has raised. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.